Right. And then at the other end of Louisa Street is the Holiday Inn Express.
Right.
That is being built.
Over, yes.
Absolutely. So as that site was being excavated, some of that rock and soil was coming over to the DPW garage and being used to help us level off that whole area over there. So working hand in hand with one of the private enterprises.
So
in the
we've
city.
got a groundbreaking for the hotel.
I sure hope so soon.
Right.
Well, you know, it's very funny. The ground has been so broken, the guys are ready to pour his foundation. I mean, you go by there, it's a huge hole.
I didn't mean the ceremony. I meant literally the ground is being, because you can see the excavators every day.
You have 12-foot holes down there.
Right.
The whole, almost, what is it, an acre of land? I think he's taken out down to 12 feet. It's huge.
He'll have a beautiful spot, because I know from that area, just looking, I guess it's kind of northwest, I'd say. You hit the Bear Mountain Bridge, you've got the lower Peekskill Bay right in front of you, Anthony's Nose. It'll be a gorgeous setting for that Holiday Inn. And
then, you know, when you look at the plans that the city just adopted for the whole riverfront green trailway connection, because our county executive had this whole vision for having a river walk from Yonkers all the way up to the end of Peekskill. And we have just finished master plans for the whole Riverfront Green South park area. And we have now plans that have been through all of the state agencies that needed to sign off on them. A connected trailway from the gazebo area on the Riverfront Green all the way down to the Buchanan line. So if you're at the Holiday Inn Express, you can walk across the street to China Pier, and you can get right on one of the trailways that will take you down over this extended broadwalk feature that'll go out over Travis Cove, be able to walk behind the yacht club, walk straight up to Peekskill Landing.
Wow.
And once we have the Peekskill Landing project, we've already started the shoreline stabilization and brownfields remediation there. The next plans the city needs to accept are the final designs for Peekskill Landing. Once that's done, we will be able to build the trailways all the way connecting to Ansville Creek.
Right, because right now, as one of the members, me being a member of the Jam Peak Shelter, as I turn around, there's the back lot there. You can actually see it's like an arched gateway that says like the trailway that brings you all along the Ansville area. So I'm sure there's going to be a connect to that.
Yes, there will be.
Oh, really? Wow.
So yeah, no, it's and the last part of the connection, which the city can't do because it's all over the private land, is once you get to the end of Peekskill Landing, which is basically that parking lot across from Sunset House.
Correct.
From there to the gated bridge that the gateway that you're talking about is all private land.
Right.
And so if you remember originally, that's where Ginsburg was looking at doing a residential development, which would have had the connecting trailways.
Right.
So that's the one small stretch where you can walk on the road and still see the river. But in terms of creating, a real pretty promenade, that's the one area where you just have to walk on the road.
On the road to get to that, to
get to the other end. Sure. But it's really quite exciting. So you can stay at the Holiday Inn Express, get on the trailways and either walk up that way or walk south to Buchanan, because the trailways will go around Rusco by the Crystal Bay.
Sure, for all the people coming up during the April, May, June, July, August, September, they can little map and you could go either way, because instead of hiking all the way up in the Catskills, you can do it right here on the Hudson.
Absolutely, and so I think it ends up being 4 miles of connected trailways from the south to the northern end of Peekskill.
Wow.
It's exciting.
It is. Good move there. Okay, now let's get to Route 9. Let's see, they began their demolition, we'll say.
We did a groundbreaking for Route 9, I guess the groundbreaking, this time probably last year, probably in late May, early June. And so they started the major part of the work about a year ago. It's supposed to be a 2.5-year project. Right now they are just about wrapped up. I mean, right now they're on schedule, and we're just about to start some of the most challenging parts of it, and that's where we're going to start to take down, do the temporary Main Street Bridge, take down the Main Street Bridge, and do a lot of the more complicated parts.
Sure, because right now they've been doing the lower, the how would you say, the infrastructure supports like that.
The retaining walls, the abutments, all of the rock blasting, excavating, etc. And we did work out a deal with the DOT that they will make some substantial improvements to the retaining walls and abutments that face Water Street and Central Avenue, which is our whole historic area. And the one thing we didn't get a chance to talk about was the Lincoln Depot Plaza, which we will accept.
Well, no, we can talk about it. Go
We'll
ahead.
talk about those. We'll accept those final plans Monday night at our council meeting.
Well, I want to know this, though. What happened to because I'm hearing rumors left and right that when the old Centennial Firehouse was supposed to be moved to another site, you were the one underneath pushing the jack.
I know.
And I didn't know you had an S on your chest and that you could do all this.
It's unfortunate that the old historic firehouse did fall down. Because the city staff had worked very, very hard to get all the steps in place to get it moved. But the challenge is it was a building that had not been maintained by the city for 2 decades. And it was just left open for the elements.
Right.
And everyone, I believe, did absolutely their best to try to secure it the best way they can and move it so we could have moved it to the Lincoln Plaza site. The fact that that didn't happen is unfortunate. There are still plans to use parts of the historic firehouse in elements of the Lincoln Plaza site and in areas of the new central firehouse that is built.
Right.
But we have had several committees and subcommittees and the public at large meet with the architects for designing the whole Lincoln Plaza, Lincoln Depot Plaza, and we accept those final plans on Monday night. And it was another one of those great community-driven processes where everybody's input was taken, architects revised and revised and revised the plans.
Well, I just want to give you a little quick thing. I'm at Home Mason getting a delivery of sand into my truck.
Right.
And as he's lowering about a yard of sand, half of it falls down, and all of a sudden my truck literally hit, from the weight of the sand. And I went like this because I heard the bang, and I went like this, and he looks at me, the driver's looking at me, goes, "It's not your truck, it's the building just fell." So I was literally right there when that happened.
I was actually driving over it. I was on Route 9 heading to a Rotary function at
You saw
Depew Park.
the dust cloud.
And I just got off and was starting to head towards Depew when I got the call that it had just collapsed.
It's unfortunate, but and I did see the care that the company, the contractor there, they really went to lengths. But like you said, I think it was just a building that was, doomed just for the disrepair.
Right.
Anyhow,
and thankfully nobody was hurt.
So, another quick 30 minutes, another great show. Thank you for the update.
Okay.
So I'd like to thank the mayor of the city of Peekskill, Mary Foster, for coming on, giving us an update. She promised she would come back on. I just want to remind all our viewers that we are on channel 15, public access channel 15, Thursday nights at 8 o'clock in the Peekskill, Cortland area. And in Putnam Valley and in the Yorktown area, we are on channel 74, Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. We love any comments, questions, any possibility of any shows. Please, you can email them to me at the Volpe Report at AOL.com. And we thank you once again for coming on. Thank you very much.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again. Just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died